Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Build. You know, it's JJ with you once again. First time here, hit the subscribe button, keep me working. Hit the like button, keep YouTube working. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video or live stream. Today, we got something that nobody's talking about. So, you know, I really wish that when I see all this information, reviewers would get out there and start talking about this, but they're not. So on my channel, we're going to talk about it. So buckle in, make sure you got your drinks and snacks. Yeah, buddy. I got tea in here. I got some good tea. Sun brewed, by the way, if you're wondering. But Nvidia is making headlines again, guys. But this time, it's not about GPUs, AI chips, or gaming performance. It's not. It's about something much bigger, something that could reshape how American homes interact with artificial intelligence. According to new reports, Nvidia wants to turn American garages into decentralized AI server farms. Now, I've heard this one before. Remember the cryptocurrency where they're turning their garages into, what do you call it? A farm? And if that sounds wild, that's because it is, guys. You know, truthfully, it is. This isn't just a hardware story to me. I think this is a cultural shift, a privacy debate, and energy conservation, and a glimpse into Nvidia's long-term strategy. I mean, long-term for AI dominance. So let's break it down from the ground up. The idea is very simple on the surface. Instead of relying on solely, an inch. Instead of relying on solely on a massive centralized data centers, Nvidia wants to distribute. They want to distribute AI compute across the country into homes, garages, and personal spaces. And don't forget, even your bedroom. Think of it like, I guess, a distributed AI mesh. God, this story is just too much. That's the reason why I'm laughing about it, because it seems like it's a joke, where thousands of small nodes work together to handle, what do you call it, interference, inference, or whatever, training and real-time processing. It's the same logic behind blockchain mining. So basically, like crypto mining kind of thing. But instead of solving cryptographic puzzles, your hardware will be running AI workloads. Now, why would Nvidia want to do this? Because AI demand is exploding, data centers are hitting power limits, cities are pushing back on new construction, different states are pushing back on new construction, I would say. And Nvidia knows that the next frontier isn't just bigger servers, it's more servers everywhere. Homes, garages, workshops, small businesses, all of them could be a part of the national AI grid. I really don't see a lot about it. But, here's where the story gets interesting. Nvidia isn't pitching this. They're not pitching this as a hobbyist project, guys. They're pitching it as a consumer level opportunity, a way for everyday people to contribute compute power and potentially earn money, credits, or cloud access in return. We don't know yet, but we will. It's the same model that made helium hotspots and China farming explode, except this time the hardware is far more powerful and the stakes are much higher. Let's talk about hardware. Nvidia plans to revolve around compact, high efficiency AI servers Essentially, many clusters powered by next generation GPUs or specialized inference accelerators. Why do I always hear inference? It's always inference, interference, inference. About the same shit, don't you think? Oops, I swore, but whatever. These units would be designated to run quietly, efficiently, and continuously on your dime. They sit in your garage, pulling power from your home, pushing compute to Nvidia's cloud, and operating as a part of the larger AI network. But this kind of, to me, raises a massive question. What about privacy? And that's a big question right there. If your home becomes a part of a distributed AI network, which, well, I could say what data flows through it. I mean, that's another question, guys. What workloads are you processing? Here's another question for you. And another question for you, what protections exist? Okay. Now, I got a lot of questions about this. I'm hoping Nvidia answers one day. But Nvidia says the workloads will be encrypted, isolated, and sandboxed. But we've heard that before. We've heard this song and dance before. Anytime you decentralize compute, you decentralize risk. And that's where the privacy debate begins. Let's talk about energy. Running AI, guys. Running AI hardware isn't like running a gaming PC. Now, I got a couple PCs here, but I'll tell you what, it'll take seven PCs to equal to half a data center. You know what I'm saying? I mean, half a data center. So, I mean, these systems, they're going to pull power constantly, watts to megawatts to gigawatts. They generate heat. They require cooling. I mean, serious cooling. I mean, look at Linus Tech Tips, and he's got to use a swimming pool for cooling. So, kind of think about this a little bit. And in places like California, where I'm at, where energy costs are already high, this could be some serious financial burden. Now, the only thing I would say if I were to do something a little bit different with the solar panels I got, I would take and put a battery wall up, a heavy-duty battery wall for the solar panels to support that battery wall. Maybe that might work. That might work, at certain times of the day to where, the sunlight is, taking care of the power. But this could become a serious financial burden for most. Nvidia claims the new hardware will be ultra efficient, but efficiency doesn't erase the fact that AI workloads are power hungry. I mean, yes, we could come up with solutions, but still, it seems like it's a large cost. But a garage full of AI nodes could easily rival the energy draw of a small business. I mean, it could pull a lot. So you're going to need at least 13 to 20, probably about maybe at least 5 megawatts if you're lucky. And 5 megawatts is a lot. So let's talk about culture angle. For decades, the American garage has been a symbol of creativity, the birthplace of startups, workshops, and personal projects. I know I don't have one, so I'm hoping one day I'll get me a garage. Because I'd like to take them, get my car back together, and work on a couple cars, which I can do. It's not just I know how to build PCs, I know how to work on cars as well. So what I'd like to make my massive project would be to take a whole car, tear it down, rebuild it, and make it look brand new again. I know, pipe dreams, right? So Nvidia wants to turn the space that you love into a micro data center. Not a micro center, a micro data center. That's a massive shift. It changes how people think about their homes, their hardware, and their relationships with technology. It blurs the line. It really blurs the line between customers and infrastructure. Between the homeowner and cloud provider, I mean, I don't know. It's looking like you're going to need a faster internet. And then there's economic angle. I really don't see where there's an economic angle. But if Nvidia offers compensation, whether in cash, credit, or cloud access, I would say I'm not worried about the cloud access. I would be worried about the cash. I would just say just cash. But if they do, then it's in the cash or the credits or cloud access. This could create a new kind of digital side hustle. People could earn money by contributing compute power. But the question becomes, is it worth it to you? Really? Will the payout justify the energy cost? Will the hardware be affordable? Will the market be stable, or will it crash like so many decentralized projects have before it, basically? That's another question there. There's a lot of questions on my mind, but hopefully one day we'll get some answers to it. Now let's talk about Nvidia's strategy, guys. This isn't just about distributed compute. This is about scaling AI faster than anyone else. Nvidia knows that the demand for AI processing is growing faster than data centers can be built. So, wonder why. They know that the governments are starting to regulate energy use. They know that cloud providers are hitting physical limits. So, what's the solution? Truthfully, what is it? And that's a question that's going to be on my mind. What, spread the load? Push it outward? Turn homes into nodes? Turn garages into server farms? Turn consumers into infrastructure? But here's the twist. This could also be Nvidia's way of locking people deeper into their ecosystem. If your home becomes a part of the Nvidia AI network, you're not just buying a GPU, you're becoming a part of their cloud. You're contributing to their models. You're helping train their systems, and that gives Nvidia more power, more data, more influence over the future of AI. So is that a good idea? Come on, guys. You know the question. Is it a good idea? That depends on how you look at it. For a technological standpoint, it's brilliant in a company sense. It's scalable, it's efficient, it's forward thinking. From a privacy standpoint, to me, it's concerning. It's raising questions about data flow, workload transparency, and home security. From an economic standpoint, there's a lot of uncertainty. The value proposition depends on entirely how Nvidia structures the incentives. I mean, really, you're not going to do it for free. From a cultural standpoint, it's transformative. It changes what a home computer is, basically. That would be a 2,000, almost 3,000 pound system. Yeah. It changes what your garage looks like. It changes what it means to participate in the AI economy. And that's why this story matters, guys. Because Nvidia isn't just selling hardware anymore. They're selling a vision, a future where AI isn't confined to data centers, but woven into the fabric of everyday life. A future where your home becomes part of the global compute grid, a future where the line between personal tech and corporate infrastructure, it disappears. I say it disappears. That's like my tower videos. If you go back to who sits at the top of the tower and who's holding the bottom of the tower, the consumers are holding the bottom of the tower while every one of the big guys are sitting at the top of the tower. So, that's the reason why I started making the tower videos, because It feeds into this narrative, I think. But the question is, are people ready for this? Are you willing to turn your garage into server farms? I'm going to keep asking questions. Hopefully you guys leave a comment down below and have some answers for it. Are you willing to trust Nvidia with that level of access? That's another question. Are you willing to pay their energy bills? That's another question. Are you willing to become part of a decentralized AI machine? Another question. This story is just the beginning here, guys. It's the beginning. And as Nvidia reveals more details, as they do, the debate will only get louder and more aggressive, because this isn't just about hardware. This is about the future of AI, and whether that future belongs in massive data centers or it's going to be in your garage, on your property, at your house. So are you willing to give up that space for massive data centers being built into your garage? Are you willing to sacrifice part of your property, which you probably won't be getting reimbursed for? You probably won't. They'll probably want to use your internet, and they'll probably want to use your electricity. But you know what you get out of the end? Probably absolutely nothing. You know how business works. And I know how business works because I ran a business for many, many, many years. I know the ups and downs in business. I know what they do to cut corners to save a buck. I've seen it all. And with building PCs for over 3 decades, I've definitely seen everything from soup to nuts. You ask yourself the question, is this going to be good for you? Are you willing to take and put a battery wall, put up willing to put up solar panels, willing to uh, put in fiber optic cable, all just to give company access to your property, your life, and everything else? Because once you give them that space, that becomes their access point into your house. That becomes a security issue. So you guys decide which way you want to go with this. If they're willing to drop a large amount of cash to say, we're going to pay you this per month and we're going to take care of all the expenses and everything else, that might be one thing. But still, you're going to have a noisy ass data center built into your garage. And that's what Nvidia is hoping for. And also, too, with having a big data center built right next to the comfort of your home and hearing that buzzing all day in day 7 days a week. And also, too, the temperature in your house going up about 3 or 4 degrees, because those data centers are so hot. Look at Linus Tech Tips as an example. Don't hate on me. As an example, he's got to use a swimming pool for his house to cool his data center. I mean, think about it. Or you go to his business and he's got 2 petabytes. And he's got all them computers for those 2 petabytes for, his YouTube kind of thing. So keep all that in mind. If that's something you want to shove in your garage, more power to you. But for me, I like my PCs. I don't need a data center here. I mean, it would be nice to have a big old data center not data center, but it'd be nice to have one of those big old motherboards that they got with their storage and everything else that you could put together a personal PC out of it. That would be nice even too. But guys, back to the end game of this story. If this is something you want to put in your house, that is up to you. I'm not making that decision, but I can tell you it's going to be a noisy day at your house. You're going to have neighbor complaints. You're going to have everything above the sun. And you're going to have a big, hefty negative bill. Not on top of them trying to do the data centers and using natural gas to actually generate power. And that's going to take, and that's going to upset the apple cart when it comes to temperatures around those data centers, especially with those burning natural gas for power. That's like making a natural gas generator, spewing all that garbage out of it. Instead of, here's my final thought, instead of going geothermal, drilling down, putting in geothermal to centrally heat water to a certain degree to steam and to turn the turbines, you know how they do the steam turbines like that, they could have done that. And that's a 24/7 kind of power that they could have had. Turning water into steam is not harmful to the environment, but natural gas burning them 24/7 is. So geothermal might be something they want to think about for the future of those data centers, because underneath their feet, they got all the power they need. They just don't know how to use it yet. But anyway, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, and we do appreciate you, hit the subscribe button, keep me working. Hit the like button, keep YouTube working. And guys, don't forget, watch the videos from beginning to end. I have plenty of videos for you to watch. Help me get to 4,000 watch hours. I'm asking, I'm begging you. Help me out and help me grow the channel. So, until the next time and the next video, you know who it is. We'll see you on the next one, guys.
Never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no